The Manitoba Lung Association is reaching out to schools, parents, and youth about the risks of e-cigarettes and vaping. The organization is hoping to reach more students right in the school. Joining us now is certified tobacco educator for the Manitoba Lung Association, Hailey Coleman. Good morning, Hailey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for joining us. Now tell us about some of the stats and numbers you're seeing when it involves youth and vaping.
So going by the Canadian Nicotine and Tobacco Survey, that was the 2022 stats. So we're looking at past 30 days of the survey, ages 15 to 19, admitted to vaping, and it was a 17% increase from the 2021 stats. We are hoping to get the newer stats for 2024 within a few months. So I'm excited to see if there's an increase or decrease there. But when I speak to teachers in schools itself, you know, it's still a huge problem. And we do like to have the data, but I love going and speaking to them directly and seeing what the issues are. And the issues are, you know, the kids are hiding it very well, and it's still a huge issue right now.
Okay, well, before we get to the issue of kids in school, let's talk about the risks of vaping. What do we know so far about how dangerous, or if it's even dangerous at all?
Absolutely. You know, we look at a lot of data from around the world, and we're hoping to get our own data here, local data, which would be amazing. That's part of our next adventure, is to figure out some local stats on that. But there has been a lot of popcorn lung talk in the news, and so I'm sure that's on everyone's mind, and it is a serious issue. Essentially, if you look at the lungs, when you're putting a vapor in the lungs, I like to use the hairspray example, because hairspray is a vapor. So if you were to spray a sponge, for example, and you spray hairspray every time you vape onto the sponge, think of that as your lungs. And I like to speak like this with the kids, so it's more of a visual. It layers it, right? And so when you block up your lungs with an aerosol, there's going to be issues. And we're just, unfortunately, the youth are guinea pigs, because we're just starting to see some data come through with the harmful effects of that on the lungs, as well as other parts of the body, such as glycerin. What does glycerin do when you start inhaling it, right? So it's scary. It's very scary.
And we don't know the long-term effects of that either.
We don't, and I don't like saying the term guinea pig, but unfortunately, vaping came in without any studies, and now we don't have the long-term effects yet. So as time goes on, we're learning different issues that kids are arising with vaping, especially with lung health. Even if you have asthma, you know, it's going to affect it in different ways than smoking, because it's a vapor. And it's just unfortunate we don't have that long-term data just yet. So
you're trying to reach youth directly in the school system. What are you doing in there?
So we have the only youth vaping curriculum lessons. It's for grades 5 to 12. It is called Lungs Are for Life. We have over 700 downloads across the province, and it is ready to go for teachers. It is part of the health curriculum, so teachers can put it into the classroom, teach the kids about vaping, teach the kids about lung health. It has activities, it has discussions, and the high school portion of it has a lot of cessation tools, meditation, mindfulness, to help with cravings if you are vaping.
Okay, let's talk about, you're also talking to the government right now to increase the legal age for tobacco products. What are you trying to do?
Yes. So our advocacy team is part of a tobacco working group, and their biggest thing right now is trying to raise the age to 21. We're hoping, with that being said, you know, a lot of teens we are hearing are getting vape products from their peers. So whether that's an 18-year-old brother, sister, cousin, getting the vapes for their younger siblings, we're hoping that if we can raise it to at least 21, that might fill in the gap of that and cut off the supply chain, so to say.
Hailey, thank you for sharing this with us, and thanks for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you.